evening, everybody. How's it going? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Probably should have checked. Need to angle this up ever so slightly. There you go. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Benjamin, if you don't know, community manager here at Dovetail Games for the fishing team. And we're going to do a slightly shorter stream than usual. I've not been feeling too well, for one, not to, do a sob story or anything. But I wanted to do a stream this evening because we have just released, or are in the process of releasing, update 3 for Bassmaster Fishing 2022. As you can see, I have it open, December the 2nd, patch notes. So I thought I'd run through a few of these updates with you and changes, and then we'll jump into Toledo Bend online for a little bit. And obviously, you're all more than welcome to join and come find me, and we'll do some casual fishing while I answer questions and chat about what's been going on. It's nice to see some of you here. Redbuck, Big Timer, IDS, Id Sporty, The Real Slins. Who else? We've got Rusty Black, Simulator Daz. Whole bunch of people. Welcome. It's good to have you here. So, some of you already have the update. I know that Steam and PlayStation already have their updates. I think Xbox, they're rolling out right now. It's taken a little bit longer. There was a delay for some reason, but it's don't look at my hair. Weird stuff is happening. It's fine. It's on the way. It'll be with you soon if you haven't already got it. So, hi, Mad Dog. So there's a few. So when I'm writing these updates or these articles out, I try and pick out what I think are going to be the ones that are the biggest, or the headline things I think players are going to be most interested in, and plonk them at the top so you can see them straight away. So one of the big ones that we've been had a lot of feedback on, and a lot of people have been reporting to us, is that when you're playing in the campaign in the career mode, that even though you're catching qualifying species, let's say it's a bass event and you're catching, the right kind of bass, they're not going towards your score. And now they will. So that has been resolved. So if you've been having issues where you've been playing the career mode and you've been catching the right fish and your scoreboard's not been updating, that has now been resolved, and there will be no issues with that moving forwards. One of the other ones, big ones here, was the trolling motor. We had resolved some of the issues with the trolling motor. Other issues that were affecting more directly consoles, with the buttons bringing up the wrong menus and things like that, and not actually letting you control the trolling motor. But now we've implemented a fix where, and it's one of the things that I've had happen to me as well, where you're using the trolling motor, you turn it off, but you keep moving, things like that. The trolling motor now will operate as it should, as intended. So that's another big one that people have been talking about. We are continuing to work on improving the stability for the online servers. It wasn't great to start with. There are a lot of issues, a lot of disconnects happening. You should have already noticed that's happening a lot less. And we are continually working on making the online experience as good as we possibly can. And there are a few other issues, a little thing that I tacked on the side where the timer wasn't matching up correctly. So that's now been resolved. Another request that we've had from the community is that when you go into the pause menu, if you're in a Bassmaster Royale game, it now shows you what the qualifying species are that you need to catch. So if you ever, not sure about what you're supposed to be doing or what the rules are, what you're supposed to be catching, you just hit pause now and that will come up, and you'll know what's going on. So now there's a host of other changes that we've made. A lot of them are, some of them don't directly affect the gameplay so much, but they're quality of life things, like, how your player is holding a catfish. There were a bunch of issues where some weird stuff was happening with players' arms, and the fish wasn't there, and the player looked super weird, and t-shirts were stretching where they shouldn't. Lots of weird things like that were going on that have now been resolved. Things like the camera that you can control when you're in the catch shot. there wasn't a collision attached to the player, so you could actually move the camera inside the player. Super weird. That's been fixed. Yes, yellow bug, that is one of the ones we are looking at. We are investigating. We already have a kind of rough outline of what update 4 and update 5 is going to be, what we're hoping them to be. So we're constantly working on bugs and issues and improvements. And we're trying to get them out as quickly as we can with as much in them as possible. But some things take longer than others. Some things you think they're fixed, and then it goes over to our QA team. They find that it's actually was fixed, but now something else has happened, and then we have to go through the whole process again. So fixing an issue takes time, and there's this is our 3rd update. There will be plenty more, and we'll be getting to a lot of the key things, like fish acting strangely for one. One of the other hotly requested ones was sponsorship discounts not being applied. That's being looked at, and I'm constantly talking to the dev team and the QA team, and one of the big things that I'm doing, so as the community manager, as the conduit between you, the players, and the people who make the game, I'm helping you guys to prioritize what we think are the most important things that we need to be looking at to get resolved, from what you guys are feeding back to us, essentially. But we are really working on it. Character customization still blue screening me on PS4. So that's an issue when you go to manage, right? It kicks you out of the game. That is an issue we're investigating. It's being looked into. We're working on it. Don't worry. So there's a few other little things in here. There, obviously, I've already touched on sort of the main ones. Let me just have a quick read through here, see if there's anything else I want to draw attention to. Collisions, gameplay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Like some good quality of life stuff in there. Good to see 3rd update out. Just noticed myself. Oh, nice one, Omni. Well, yeah. What platform are you on, Omni? Hopefully, Xbox players will start getting their update soon. Anyway, so let's jump into a server. It looks like we've already got Xbox. Nice. So the Xbox updates are coming. They are here. This is good news. So it looks like we've already got 9 players in the Toledo Bend US server. So I'm going to hop in there. So if you would like to join me, I'm just turning down the volume there. I'm going to be joining the US Toledo Bend server. Feel free to hop in, join me, and we'll hang out for a little bit, and I'll hopefully answer a bunch of questions, and anything you guys are curious to know about. I'll try to answer as much as I can. Obviously, there's a lot going on, so I'll try and answer things I can and things I know the answers to. So I've not really explored Toledo Bend so much. I think I have a couple of markers put down from when I played it in the campaign. So I got a couple of spots over here, but it seems like there's some good spreads. Let's just go and find some people. I'll go and do the thing that people don't like when they I just rock up on people's spots. Where you guys headed? Okay, well, looks like there's a bunch of people, or at least a few people over here. Oh, they're in the loading dock. They are, yeah. Well, where is everybody? There. A couple people over there. A couple people over there. Right. Hello, Lottie. How you doing? You're going to read the patch notes. Cool. Loving the game. I'm very glad. Very glad to hear it. I'm going to try and mingle with some players if I can find them. Looks like there's a couple of people over here hanging out fishing. I might go and crash their party. I'm very well. Thank you for asking. Actually, I'm a bit unwell. But, sorry, that was me. I flicked my mouse pad by accident. Bit under the weather, so I won't be streaming for as long as I would usually. But, you know, I wanted to stream to talk about the update and answer any questions and all that kind of stuff, you know. Oh, this looks like it could be a decent spot then. Let's not get in these guys' way, though. Oh, thank you. It's fine. It's like just one of those annoying colds that I've had for seemingly ever. Let's try this what is it? Jenkalistic? And I'm glad you're enjoying the game. We've just put out update 3, so there's an update for you to look at and get downloaded. Some nice fixes in there and improvements, and there'll be more to come. Ooh. Well, there's some decent sized fish here, actually. I see why they're hanging out here. Maybe this isn't the right lure, though. Well, that's a big bass, though, right? Got here. Hello? Hungry, buddy? No. Alright, let's try a different lure. I set up a load of default ones. Let's try this one. Seen some people having some good results with this one. Hey, how you doing? Messing around now, trying to get different retrieves working. Right. Oh, it's annoying that it's going to be nighttime for probably most of the time I'm playing now. He might have the right idea, because this guy ahead of me has moved a little bit forwards from where I was. Interesting. It doesn't look like they're too deep. There's actually quite a lot going on directly under me, so I think I might be casting the wrong way. I might try... I wonder if they're hanging out behind me. I reckon they might be. If you guys want to join, by the way, I'm on the Toledo Bend US server. Come find me. A lot going on here. Lots of people catching fish. It's a bit dark. Maybe it's not underwater view time. But one of the things about the underwater camera is that I've tried to explain this before, but I'll do it again. So you see how fish come into the fish finder from the right hand side, right? And then they move across the screen to the left, and then they disappear. So essentially how it works is the moment that a fish appears on that screen is the moment from a time point of view that a fish passed under your boat. What it doesn't do is give you any indication of where that fish is going, what direction it was swimming, or anything like that. And as the fish are moving along that screen and then ending up leaving it, that indicates the time that's passed since that fish from under your boat. So I don't know if it's like a second or so per notch. Probably not quite. It's a bit faster than a second. So if you're seeing loads of fish, doesn't necessarily mean that there's currently loads of fish under your boat. It just means that there are fish swimming under your boat somewhere that you need to try and find. Hey Scooby, how you doing? You should be able to, I think, but probably advise that you should have the update now, and it's not huge. Well, it wasn't on Steam anyway. You should be able to hop in. Yeah, that's no worries. All these guys are doing, moving a little bit. Downloaded in a second on my PS5. Well, there you go. I think it was like 500 megabytes or something on Steam. So that's the other thing you need to consider, right? So let's say, looking at my fish finder right now, you're like, oh, there's so much going on. There must be loads of fish around me. There are fish swimming under my boat somewhere. But if I'm casting out, 30 yards, that's not under my boat. So that doesn't necessarily mean that there are fish there. Do you know what I mean? You have to try and find out, well, if they're under my boat, oh, I got a trophy bluegill. Nice. Then it just means that they're in the vicinity. How do you join? All right, so all you need to do is go to online from the main menu, go to public servers, and join the US Toledo Bend server. Find a little bluegill. Hopefully we'll start seeing some people rock up. So, I mean, they probably are that way, but I'm going to cast this way just to be alternative. You haven't got it yet. That's strange. If Omni has his... Exactly. Well, that's an interesting concept there, Rusty. So, if you're seeing a lot of activity and you know that fish are swimming directly under your boat, maybe using a drop shot or something, that's literally is dropping off the edge of your boat, might be a better way to go. Because if you're casting out 30, 40 yards or whatever it might be, chances are that the fish aren't actually there. They're closer to you. Hey, nice. You might see them passing, but it depends where you cast, right? There's the underwater camera view. Will only give you a perspective of... I'll show you. If I cast out this way, and I look at my underwater camera, I can see that there are... Well, there's a catfish there. But I can only see a portion of the window, right? Oh, I see Daz is here. Love the game. Good. Love to hear it, Rusty. Right to catch. Oh, something that's... Oh, you're joking. Alright, this is looking pretty good. So I'm just going to go for a shorter range cast, and I'm going to cast it slightly more this way. Yeah, I got what you meant, Rusty. You're all good. We've got some lily pads there. We could try the pad crasher. Could we have it so we see the fish on the surface more like in Fishing Sim World, where the fish would swim after the lures? I don't remember really seeing that on Fishing Sim World. I mean, I haven't put as many hours in as you guys, but fish behavior and as a general is something that's being looked at, but it's going to take a little bit of time to finesse. So if you're wondering where I am, if you want to come find me, come out the launch dock, head to the right, and you'll find us in this little cove. Circle list. See, I have that, but it wasn't. I'll try again. Scooby, we're still working on mastery, but it is being looked at, and hopefully it will be in one of the upcoming updates. But we'll obviously provide you with more news as and when, because some things say that they're fixed, they get fixed, but then we go back to test it again, and it's causes something else, so we have to. Oh. I know we are looking at it. We'll have a fix for it soon, I'm sure. I've got a good feeling though about this right now. The classic. It will never get old. As long as it's blame Des and not blame Ben, I'm happy. Poor guy. Probably not easily, no. There's lots that I would like to be able to add to Dovetail Live in terms of their reporting, but it's even small things take a lot of work to do. When can we expect Bassmaster Royale on Toledo Bend? Hopefully soon. We'll obviously let you know when, whenever it's ready and whenever we can. But it's we're working on it, so hopefully soon. And obviously there'll be. This looks good. We'll be continuing to add additional venues to online modes until they're all there. What I will say, I've been speaking to Dovetail Live, and ooh,
not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
Decent. So if you've, technically speaking, unlocked your mastery, yep, fine. If you've unlocked the item, but you just haven't got the reward yet, you should. Once we've resolved the issue, your items should redeem themselves. So you won't lose anything. It's just, at the moment, they're not unlocking as they should. But when we've resolved it, the items and the things you have completed will complete. Okay, we've got a nice huddle going on here. It's one of those things, Marcus, a really nice thing to have. But obviously the PS5 console is relatively new. We're a very small team. There's a whole new tool set and a whole new bunch of skills required to utilize everything that a PS5 can do. So as much as it would be something that we'd love to have, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to at some point, it's not something that we're going to be able to do at the moment. Are you guys? Yeah, sometimes the voiceover is just mocking. Are you guys liking the new audio stingers that play when you get good catches? I got asked to write those pretty last minute, and I think they're kind of cool. They make me feel pretty pumped. Almost put it straight in that guy's boat. Some people... I'm not entirely sure what you mean, Crazy, but I think you're saying the people that tested the game during the alpha and beta, we've told them they're going to get an item of clothing. That is coming. It is coming, and hopefully soon. I wish it was daytime. One thing I do like, though, is it doesn't get as dark as it did before. I feel like when we were testing during the alpha and beta stages, it was dark. Like, really dark. Gonna be quiet here. I think it's time to move a little bit. We've got some lily pads here. I'm gonna... Oh, no, wrong button. I'm gonna try Pad Crasher. See how that goes. Didn't go really where I was really expecting it to, but here we are. The magical stump. Where's the magical stump? What does that mean? I mean, if Big Timer says... If Big Timer says it, then it's true. So if anyone's looking for advice and tips on what lures to use, listen to Big Timer. Interesting. Are you in this server, Omni? You are, right? I feel like I saw you. Whoa.
Get in.
Oh, okay. Pathetic. Oh, it's heating up. It's heating up. Let me try. I'm going to be heading off pretty soon. I'm not around for as long as the usual. Oh, he's not having a great time. Where is he off to then? Did you adjust the fish sizing with models? What do you mean? Since when? That should be a lot better now, Peter. I think we found that if the servers were left on for too long without being reset, that it's not that there's no fish, it's that they start like grouping up into an area where they shouldn't really be. So there's like loads of fish in a spot, and they're not spread out across the lake. Oh no, I hit reset. Have I got it? Damn. Still no update. That's so weird. Yeah, but we are looking at that, and that seems to be helping with the issue quite a lot. Just making sure we restart the servers on a regular basis. Update through. I just caught 7-pound, 5-ounce largemouth bass, and it took like, looks like the 9-pound. I think there in the patch notes there is mention about holding. Like, there's a lot to do with how fish are held in certain situations. So it might be that the intention was that that size of largemouth should be held with 2 hands and not 1. All right, guys, I'm heading back to dock. I've got to head off. Yeah, it's probably been changed. All right. Look, I know it's been short. The intention wasn't to do a long stream today. I wanted to hop in, talk to you guys about the update. Did you hear a car horn? Maybe it was that in my real life. I don't know. Talked about the update, answer any questions you might have. And look, I'll be back. I'm not sure exactly. Might be next week. I'll keep you updated. Look at the socials. Join the Discord server if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys soon, okay? Keep doing what you're doing, though. You guys reporting issues and problems, bugs, ideas for how we can improve things is super useful. I see everything. I don't necessarily always have the time to reply. It's just me, remember? But I take notes and everything. And as you've already seen, we've already implemented a lot of changes that aren't bugs. They're just people's suggestions of things that we think that could make things better. Hi, Big Timer. So we'll be continuing to listen and continuing to improve and fix things as time goes on. So we appreciate your patience, and we appreciate everyone getting involved and giving us feedback. All right. Have good evenings, have good rest of weeks, and happy Christmas month, everybody. I'll catch you guys next time. All right. Have a good rest of your day. Was that car horn must be in game, but we are at a car park. Anyway, see you later. Bye, everybody.